A killer takes a ledger from his victim and vanishes, the first move in a revenge 20 years in the making. Elsewhere, an assassin moves through an office with silent precision. 2 guards drop instantly, pieces of a single, intricate web of vengeance. At a deserted train station, a man wakes to find a stranger in a wheelchair watching him, a man called Smith, calm yet quietly menacing. When the talk turns to the Kansas City Shuffle, his eyes gleam with knowing. Smith tells the story of Max, a desperate father chasing hope in horse racing's golden age. Hearing of a sure thing, Max borrows from the mob, convinced it will secure his son's future. On race day, he leaves the boy in the car, dreaming of Harvard and better days. Before going on with the story, hit the subscribe button. But the race is fixed. The horse collapses mid-run, and Max's dream dies with it. The mob collects their debt in blood, torturing him, killing his wife and child, erasing the family for sport. As Smith ends the tale, the true shuffle begins, a silent trick where all eyes look right while the real move goes left. His listener slumps lifelessly as Smith loads the body into the wheelchair and rolls into the night. The Kansas City Shuffle has begun. Slevin Calver wipes shaving cream from his face, unaware his life is about to spiral into chaos. A knock at the door brings Lindsay, expecting her friend Nick, but finding a stranger instead. Towel-clad, bruised, and confused. Slevin explains he lost his job, caught his girlfriend cheating, and came to New York to stay with Nick. At the airport, he was mugged, punched in the nose, wallet stolen, yet his watch and luggage left untouched. The strange details don't escape Lindsay's sharp eye. When Nick fails to appear and mysterious calls begin, Lindsay's concern deepens. She traces one call to Hotel Sheol and learns the caller was Smith, a name that sets off alarms. Before he can react, 2 thugs burst in, men working for the boss, mistaking Slevin for Nick. Without his stolen ID, he can't prove otherwise and is dragged away. The boss mocks him with dark humor and introduces Slim, a former enforcer now brain-dead, the same man shot earlier in the parking lot. The message is clear. Failure means death. With no choice left, Slevin agrees to an impossible job of killing a person he calls the Fairy, the gay son of the rabbi, as revenge for killing his own son. But Slevin's troubles are only beginning. Across town, the rabbi demands $33,000 that Nick supposedly owes. Like the boss, he refuses to believe Slevin's claims of mistaken identity. Cold and philosophical, he reminds Slevin that some lessons come too late, giving him only 48 hours to pay up. Behind closed doors, both the boss and the rabbi plot against each other, each hiring Smith, the same assassin, to kill the other, unaware they're both being manipulated by someone far more dangerous. Meanwhile, Lindsay refuses to back down, chasing every lead with the determination of a born investigator. At the morgue, Lindsay crosses paths with Detective Bowski, who is examining the corpse of Benny Begin, the rabbi's bookkeeper, his face crushed by a baseball. Her instincts sharpen as she begins linking the recent murders to Nick's disappearance. Meanwhile, Slevin faces his impossible assignment. He tries to buy time by playing chess with the boss, but loses both the game and the negotiation. The target, known as the Fairy, is guarded by ex-military men and wears a panic button that summons help in seconds. The mission seems doomed from the start. During dinner with Lindsay, fate intervenes. Slevin notices the Fairy seated nearby. Thinking fast, he follows the man to the restroom and stages an encounter, pretending to be interested in him to secure a meeting. Detective Bowski appears soon after, confronting Slevin and revealing that he knows Slevin isn't Nick, though he's still uncertain who he really is or how he fits into the violent chain of events. If you're enjoying this story, give the video a thumbs up. That night, Slevin and Lindsay find brief comfort in each other's company, a fragile calm before the storm. The next morning, dressed in a suit chosen by the boss's men, Slevin arrives at the Fairy's apartment, composed and ready. What happens next unfolds in an instant. Slevin draws his gun and shoots the Fairy in the chest. Before he can finish the job, Smith enters and fires a fatal shot to the fairy's head. The two have been working together all along. The apparent struggle was nothing but theater. Nick's body, retrieved from Slevin's car trunk, is staged beside the fairy's to resemble a deadly lover's quarrel. Smith crushes the panic button to prevent alarms and swiftly eliminates the guards who burst in. The apartment erupts in a controlled explosion, erasing all evidence. But their plan isn't complete. Riding the elevator to the boss's office, Smith and Slevin cut down his remaining bodyguards with calculated precision, the next step in a revenge long in the making. While Smith confronts the boss, Slevin pays a final visit to the rabbi, handing over a briefcase said to contain the debt. When the rabbi opens it and finds it empty, Slevin knocks him unconscious. Moments later, both crime lords awaken bound to chairs, facing each other for the first time in years. Old hatred reignites instantly, each accusing the other of decades of betrayal and violence. The boss boasts about killing the rabbi's son, while the rabbi denies murdering the boss's child. Their bitter exchange exposes the havoc they've wreaked on each other. Then Slevin steps into the light, no longer the confused man caught in the crossfire. Calm and deliberate, he reveals how he engineered every detail. The bookkeeper's deaths, to uncover Nick's name in both ledgers, the removal of witnesses, and the manipulations that turned both men against each other. He finally reveals his true identity, Henry, the son of Max, the boy who once watched his father's life collapse during that rigged horse race, and whose family was slaughtered by these same men's cruelty. Smith, the feared assassin known as Good Cat, had spared the child years earlier, raising him in secret. Together, Henry and Smith spent 20 years preparing for this exact moment. A long-planned vengeance finally set into motion. The rabbi makes a desperate attempt to buy his life, promising double the money. But Henry's expression remains cold and unyielding. He tells the man that there is no they, only him. Both the rabbi and the boss die gasping for air, suffocating beneath plastic bags taped over their heads, the very method they once used to kill Henry's father, Max. The circle of vengeance closes. In another chilling turn, it's revealed that Lindsay's fate was sealed the moment she photographed Smith. He had ordered Slevin to ensure she never lived to tell anyone. Detective Bowski receives a call tying everything together. The horse Max bet on was Lucky Number Slevin, and Calva, meaning bad dog in Hebrew, was Smith's old nickname. Bowski realizes his role. Years ago, he killed Henry's mother to cover gambling debts. Accepting his fate, he waits as Henry appears and delivers the final shot. Back at the train station where it began, Henry watches quietly as strangers pass. Lindsay joins him, alive, spared by his mercy. Though Smith insisted she had to die for taking his photograph, Henry could not bring himself to harm someone innocent. Smith returns Max's old watch to Henry, a father's legacy reclaimed after 20 years, and silently disappears into the crowd. The Kansas City Shuffle is complete. Everyone looked right while Henry went left, and 2 decades of patient planning culminates in the perfect revenge. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a story.